And that takes me to my next point. Where there's a lot of silence and tradition, there's a lot of problems. When the reason is we do this because that's the way we've always done it, you probably have a problem. When you're always going back on tradition and traditions aren't changing, you have to know that the behavior is outdated. Because we are more brilliant people every generation after generation. Am I wrong? I think that with the advances in technology, advances in our thoughts, we are better human beings than we were 50 years ago. I don't think human beings are milk. I think human beings are more like wine, as time, as there's more and more time that passes by, we evolve and grow and become better. And if I'm wrong, I think I'll be getting wet right now because it's raining outside, but I'm indoors. Okay? So, with the traditions of royalty, the thoughts towards royalty and towards those who are not of that ilk, come on, man. How do you think they see them? This American actress, this little black American actress trying to, come to our family, take it over. Trying to change Harry's ways of thinking. Trying to open his eyes to stuff that maybe he didn't care as much about. I don't know, but it has to be something. It's not nothing. And then you see they tried to quiet her. And anytime you're trying to keep somebody quiet, you have to know that what you're doing is wrong. Because why not be an open book? Why say, hey, don't read the tabloids? Okay, maybe it's probably good for her not to read the tabloids because you don't know what they're saying. And that got to be awful for your mental health. It's just like, hey, don't read your mentions. If you are a public figure and you speak a lot, you put a lot of stuff out there, you probably don't want to read your mentions. You probably don't want to read the comments because if you consume so much of that negative energy on and on, it's going to take a toll on you. And we see that now, man. How many people that are in the limelight, actors, actresses, singers, dancers, athletes who talk about how depressed they are because of what they hear about themselves and how they have this negative view of who they are and what they do because they see the hate more than they see the love. Because it's easy to tell somebody, oh man, this is trash. Oh, this is stupid. Than it is to say, oh, I love this. I like you. And then she couldn't go outside, man. They told her, hey, Meghan, you stay in the house. You're getting too much airtime. You can't go outside. And I haven't left in 4 months. What does that tell you? They're trying to keep her quiet. They're trying to keep her sheltered because maybe they're embarrassed or maybe they're afraid that because she's not of them, she's going to reveal to the world who they are. Good foreshadowing, by the way, because she did. And then lastly, when you hear about the palace hosting the tabloids for their Christmas parties, that's all you need to know. You have the palace in the media's pocket, the media in the palace's pocket. And there are words to the effect that they have to massage those relationships because there are things that they want to protect. And we all know that people pay to protect stories. People cultivate relationships in order to protect stories and to manipulate the narrative, right? And I think it's important to focus here on the media manipulation because it's not just a British thing. I mean, we talk about it all the time here on this platform that the media has their own agenda and the media is going to push their agenda. And one of the biggest issues with media companies is that they are pushing their agenda and not providing information to the people. Now, if you're an opinionist like myself, all right, you're providing opinions, not facts. Your opinions are based off of facts and your experiences, and that's cool. But you got to put that disclaimer out there because if you're reporting, right, if you're talking like it's journalism and it's not journalism, it's actually opinions, you're misleading the people. If you're purposefully omitting stories, omitting facts from stories to paint a certain narrative, then you're doing the people a disservice. And what Meghan Markle did was she exposed the issues of racism, of classism, of just an outdated way of thinking, right? And she just gave it to the world. And now you have these people coming out and defending her, defending the crown, the queen, the monarchy, Buckingham Palace. Why? Because that's what they believe. They believe in the institution and not the people, and they are the problem. We have to get out of this mindset of defending institutions that don't give a damn about us. Defend the people who do. And that's how Meghan Markle was doing. She just wanted to tell her story. The tabloids have been telling stories for years and they weren't true. She just wanted to tell her truth. Can we knock her for that? I don't think so, because I feel like a lot of us, if we were in a situation where people are constantly talking about us, saying things about us that aren't true, painting a false narrative of who we are and what we stand for, we're going to come out and eventually say something. I see it every day on Facebook. People say, I don't do that Facebook drama. I don't do that mess. I ain't going back and forth. Yeah, until you're put in it. Oh, I know who I am. Yeah, you know who you are, but when people start treating you differently based off things that are not true about you, it makes you feel some type of way. If you don't feel something, then you're not human. You're different. We are not the same. You are a Martian. You are something. You are a robot. I don't know what you are, but you're not a human being, because human beings have feelings and emotions. And I don't care if you hate me for who I am. Just don't hate me for who I ain't. And what was happening was people who had good relationships with the tabloids were putting out stories and turning people against someone for who she wasn't, based on what I take away from it.